And I'm speaking to one of the volunteers, and the volunteer says, he doesn't know my name. He says, TikTok football guy.
Yeah.
That's what he called me. TikTok football guy. I have had so many.
Next time we just market ourselves.
Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Yahoo Footballing Weekly with me, Yahoo columnist Neil Humphreys.
And me, Yahoo editor Chia Keong. Today, just the two of us.
Just the two of us as we get stuck into all things Singapore and regional football. As always, we have no part 2 if it wasn't for your wonderful, wonderful comments. Without them, we wouldn't have this show and we wouldn't have our friends at StarHub.
And StarHub knows that and then it's giving you all the good stuff it has,
Payback,
right?
Yes.
So it's going to host its first live screening actually this Saturday.
Yeah.
Next Saturday.
21st of
October. Great match on hand. The Merseyside derby. Liverpool versus Everton. They're going to show it at the open area at Capital Singapore next to City Hall MRT station. If you are free, if you are already planning to watch the game, why don't bring your friends, come down to Capital Singapore, have a good time. I think there's definitely food and beverages there.
Yeah.
And have a good time, watch a live game.
It'll be a great Merseyside derby because neither team can defend to save their lives. So you're guaranteed goals.
But Liverpool can score.
That is not 0-0. That game is not 0-0.
Guaranteed not 0-0.
At least 3-4 goals in that. But as always, as I said, thank you for your comments. Great comments this week. What have we got?
Well, Lingesh Kumar, one of our frequent guests, one of our frequent commenters.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Say good discussion, guys, about the format of play and how we are dealing with technology. We talk about VAR, how it's troubling, EPL. He says decisions concerning goal line and offsides are typically straightforward. Yet it can be argued that incorporating more advanced technology such as AI might enhance the precisions of these calls. This raises the question of why VAR decisions aren't broadcast live. Broadcasting them in real time could potentially mitigate negative reactions to contentious decisions. This is a concept that's already been trialed during the recent Women's World Cup.
Correct.
Perhaps EPL should also consider piloting this approach, especially as the number of complaints continues to rise in order for the EPL to further enhance the game's fairness and transparency. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Whatever it is, the current situation, even this week, after all the VAR controversy in the past week, the past weekend, the smallest, every VAR decision is being analyzed, overanalyzed, and people are saying, but this should have been a red card?
Yep.
Should have been a penalty?
Yep.
Every decision is getting. Personally, I think it's getting out of hand.
And it's getting tiresome. And also, everything is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Everything. No, I agree with that point. That's Lingish, right?
Yep,
I think it's a great point. VAR decisions, even the discussion before the decision, should be made public and audible to those in the stadium.
Yeah, it's a very strange
Right?
thing. Why they don't allow?
And it's terrible because, as he rightly said, it was trialled in the World Cup, Women's World Cup. It was fabulous. It added to the drama, right?
Yeah.
I have reviewed the footage like a judge, right? I have decided penalty. And it was great. The proper way-out drama.
Put a gavel that. That's it. Decision is final.
I loved it. So it added to the drama. But it also included the most important people in any football and sporting spectacle, which is the people in the stadium, who are more important than the people watching at home on television. Obviously. Without them, you've got no atmosphere, you've got no volatility, you've got nothing. They should be involved in the entire process from first minute to last. And if that includes listening in or eavesdropping on the VAR conversation, they must be included.
At the very least, there's no such thing as conspiracy theories happening. It's just excessive nowadays.
Yep.
You could argue that there are mistakes made. Definitely, there's no one is perfect.
Yep.
So, but to insinuate that every decision is against the team, is for the other opponents. It's really, there's first of all, there's no proof of that. Secondly, it's just getting tiresome after listening to, This one, why didn't they do it for the previous game? Why didn't that team get that call for that match?
Absolutely.
Oh, I mean, every time I know I'm a social media surfer. Every time I
Why do you do it yourself?
Yeah,
Why?
It's like job hazard. It's not just job hazard, but
it's like masochistic behaviour.
I can't think.
But this is the thing about these conspiracy theories. Every Liverpool fan says everyone's against them. Every Man U fan says everyone, and the Tottenham and West Ham and Arsenal and Brighton.
Yeah.
I just want to ask again. How would it work? How can every official be against every team? No one would ever win. Yeah. Every match would either be a 0-0 draw with 9 players on each team.
Or every decision will be against them during that match.
How could it work? It's inconceivable. It wouldn't work. You can't have 20 teams with the officials against 20 teams. That's not how a conspiracy works.
Just think of it as errors. Just carry on the game.
They can't even spot
even now
or get the right decision for a really obvious offside or onside in the case of Liverpool, but somehow they can be this shadowy cabal of internationalists
like clockwork
who control this whole thing. Yeah. It's not James Bond. There is no Spectre. There is no invisible hand controlling everything. Yeah, there's no guy stroking a cat. All right, Mafia. Saying this week Liverpool will lose. It doesn't work like that. All right, but let's get on to women's football. Good stuff on this.
Good stuff from Hiroyuki Shinchin 9873. Great episode.
Thank you. Don't skip over that.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Yep. Glean some insights from James Walton, our previous guest, about the SG women's football. We have to be patient for both men's and women's team, like James said. Probably have to wait until 2032 to see a really super strong squad. It also took years for Joseph Schooling to pop up. SPL is also improving. Still needs some more years for more private owners to come in and for stadiums to finish renovating. For now, just wait and maybe go down to the matches to contribute some money. Or at the very least, watch the free live stream of the matches on YouTube. More audience there, at least will keep the sponsorship alive because FAS can go to sponsors and say, see, Canadian Pizza.
2 for 1.
2 for 1. Each match, you have about 9,000 viewers. Which is
great points.
Yep, that's the way to do your bit to support Singapore football if you want Singapore football to eventually thrive.
Yeah,
you can't complain, criticize, and just complain and criticize and do nothing.
Yep.
You have to take the first step. Watch the matches. Go down there. It's not a very expensive outing. Go down there, have a good time watching the game. Maybe if you don't have time, watch it online. It's fine.
Yep.
The FAS still can justify, the league still can justify, yes, we do have an audience.
Yep.
And then they can sell it to market themselves better, like we said last episode.
Couldn't agree more with that comment. I think that's a fantastic comment. Yeah. And we shouldn't underestimate the value of the YouTube live screenings to the Singapore Premier League. I always have them on now. I always have them on. And even if I'm doing work, I'll have them on and I'm half listening and I go in and out because it gives you eyeballs, which brings in potential advertisers. They've got something quantifiable, concrete, that a potential advertiser could look at and go, oh, okay, for that game, they got 10,000 eyeballs. Yeah. For Singapore football, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Plus, it generates this organic kind of viewing party between the fans.
They have the sidebar when they comment all this.
Absolutely
some of them
brilliant.
are weird comments.
But you get that at any football match. I mean, that's normal.
Yeah, but it's fine.
It's creating an organic community and it's creating a platform for the Singapore Premier League and clubs to go to potential advertisers and say, look at YouTube. So literally every single click matters. I mean, if you really can't get to the stadium, just switch it on your laptop. Just put it on your phone. Put it on your tablet. Put it on the television.
Simple.
It will help the game. It'll really help the game.
Even if you're really, really busy and then couldn't watch the game live or whatever, they have highlights.
Yeah.
About 1 hour after the game, they do the highlights. And highlights, I mean, sometimes I miss the live matches and I watch the highlights. It's still good
Absolutely.
enough. Yeah.
Every single click counts with local football.
Yep,
good comment, Nat. I like that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. So that's it for comments.
Good week for the local clubs.
Yeah, it's a good week for local SPL clubs in the Asian. Now is the season of our Asian regional competitions, a bit like Champions League. but it's in Asia.
AFC Champions League. Yeah.
Lion City Sailors Club, we went to that match, first match against Bangkok.
Good game.
United. It was a good game, but they lost 2-1. So now the second match, they went to Hong Kong to play Kichi FC, so very famous Hong Kong side.
Yep.
And I think our good friend Eddie actually went down to see them at the thing. So shout out to Eddie, good for you.
Yep.
And they won 2-1.
Brilliant.
So that's reignited their AFC Champions League chances. Hopefully they can carry on doing well. So that's the first win. And then suddenly, second win, we come same day. They're playing at Jalan Besar Stadium. Your team, Hong Kong United. They are in the second tier AFC Cup.
Yes.
But still, they're facing a Vietnam side, which is always tough side, Hai Bong. I think they were down 1-0 or whatever, but they scored 2 late goals.
Yeah, 2-1.
Two late goals to win 2-1 also.
Yep.
So both victories. And I just want to say that, don't think that the SPL clubs can't win anything. They are pretty decent. Some of the clubs on their night, they can beat many of the Asian football clubs, and we worth you taking a look at them.
Yeah.
That's the very least I can say.
Couldn't agree more. And just to add to that, do you know how I found out about Hougang victory in the AFC Cup? It was from the Hougang Halls' Instagram page, right? All the boys on it. That is what I love about the Hougang Halls.
Yeah.
It's that, again, that organic community engagement from the ground up. They are still, for me, laying down the template of how to organise and run a community grassroots football club. They are so prominent and so active on social media, the Hougang Halls.
Really,
I salute you.
Really, the unsung heroes of Singapore football. These people, they are there every single match, and then, always cheer their hearts out.
Yeah, I knew about their victory, not through the official channels of AFC or the S League or the Premier League, through the fans' social media platforms.
Yeah. And you can say the same thing about Lion City Sailors.
Absolutely.
They also, Eddie runs a blog,
Absolutely.
Sailors fan club, fan blog. Go to his fan blog and watch him. These are the grassroots things that more and more people should take up, And then at least there's some bit of hope for Singapore.
It doesn't take much. We only need 4 or 5 Lion City Sailors or Hougangs, and we're halfway there. We're halfway there. In a country of our size, it's more than enough. And on that point about Lion City Sailors, I must tell you this. Last week, I went to this... that Universal Studios, the Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like being scared. It was a thing. I had to go to this event. I went down. So I come out of this haunted house and I am screaming, right? I am screaming like a baby because I don't like it. I just don't like horror. And I've come out screaming, run out of this haunted house, and someone's gone, Neil Humphreys.
Wow.
Yeah. Lion City Sailors fan. Got the jersey on.
Wonderful.
Got the jersey on. Well, I've come out screaming and he wants a selfie because he listens to this show. So if you're listening this week, thank you very much.
We get stopped some of the time. Thank you very much for all your kind words.
I told you the other one, right? I haven't told Jay, the director, right? So I went to this, again, Parkway Parade on Sunday. I went to this Guide Dogs Singapore event. Fantastic event, actually, to raise awareness and funds for the guide dogs of Singapore. And I'm speaking to one of the volunteers, and the volunteer says, he doesn't know my name. He says, TikTok football guy.
Yeah.
That's what he called me. TikTok football guy. I have had so many.
Next time we just market ourselves.
Right. I have had so many nicknames over the years. Some are not very nice.
Yeah.
But I'll take TikTok football guy. So that's it now. I'm TikTok football guy.
Yeah, next time we'll introduce you.
If you're the guy who called me that, thank you very much. I'm very happy to be TikTok football guy. All right, let's wrap this up. Singapore against Guam coming up.
Singapore against Guam coming out on Thursday. Actually, it's right today.
Yes.
So go down to National Stadium and catch them. They are facing Guam in their very first stage of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. So it's the first one. Hopefully they get a good result at home. They got a second leg coming up next week. If they win the league, they'll enter to the group stages proper.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is that there's some injuries. Ryan Stewart, the right wing back, I think he's injured, S is Irfan Fandi, S is Iksam Fandi.
Yeah.
So the two eldest Fandis.
But the other one's back, Ilhan.
Yep, the third one, Ilhan Fandi, finally, I think it's ACL. He tore his ACL
Fantastic.
last year. Now it's coming back. Good for him. I doubt he will start, but I think he will. If needed, he will come out from the bench.
I'm just happy he's back because, as you know, ACL 20 years ago,
It's a complete tear
that could have been a career ender.
Exactly.
But thanks to modern tech and everything, we wish him all the best for that. And let's hope they win, because the last thing we need right now, Pacific Islander team, if we lose to them or don't play well, the armchair warriors will be out in force. The only time you hear from them is when Singapore loses. So they can tech on Singapore, tech on FAS, tech on the government, as if they're all interlinked. I hope they win.
I hope they win. I really hope they win. At least get into the group stage. I know the group stage is going to be tough. I think they're facing China or Vietnam, one of those top teams. I doubtful they are going to progress to the next round.
Absolutely.
But at least have some group games. You can play some games at the national stadium, and then we see what happens.
Yeah. Well, if you can get down and support them, please do.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you have any questions or queries or opinions about the Singapore Lions, about TikTok Football Guy, and about the other things we talked about today, send all your comments too.
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter, and Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
And one more time, thanks to you, we have a sponsor from StarHub who are giving us...
Premier League Plus package. You sign on for the package. Not only will you get the every Premier League game live, you also get 1 year's free broadband. Brilliant deal.
What more do you want? Keep watching, keep sending us comments. Thank you once again. Have a great week. From me, Football TikTok Guy, goodbye.
Bye.